Best current NFL players who went to Clemson. Chris, you're up.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's unfair, but I mean, I'm going with Trevor Lawrence, unless you want to cancel him out here. But, you've said it like 2 or 3 times this week. He's gotten to the, 5 or 6 quarterbacks in football that you talk about that are kind of untouchable area. That's where he's gotten. The way the season ended, man, Trevor Lawrence was, flirting with 5 best quarterbacks in football type of thing there. So I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence. It just seems like it's all going in the right direction for the big guy.
Yeah, this one's tough for me because I really don't know where Deshaun Watson's going to be this year.
Yeah.
But when he was playing for the Texans, think about that last year. He had over 4,000 passing yards. He had nothing behind him. Remember his quarterback's coach made that comment that basically he's got Brandon Cooks and a bunch of guys that work at Walmart as his receivers or something like that. I mean, it was some derogatory comment about the fact that he doesn't have help, and he was great. I'm going to say Deshaun Watson just because I think that with the benefit of a full year to get ready and all this other stuff behind him, but for a couple of pending civil lawsuits, I think he's going to reach his potential again, and I think he's going to remind us of why it was that the Browns gave up what they got, or gave up what they gave up to get him in the terms of money and also the draft pick. So I'll go Deshaun Watson, even though I was wrestling. I didn't want to give you both of them because I assume you would have taken Watson if I didn't.
You said it right. I probably would have. Yeah. I mean, again, he was definitely a top 5 quarterback before all this went down. I'm with you. I expect it to go back into that category there. So I think you're smart to pick that. And yeah, he's still got some issues like you said, but I still saw the talent and what he can do at the end of the year, even though it wasn't perfect. All right, now this is where it gets interesting. Well, I'm going to go with the guy we talked about earlier today. Yeah, he's close to my heart because he's a G-man, right? I'm going to go with Sexy Dexy. Dexter Lawrence, and it's funny, you look at this Clemson team. First off, there's not as many stars as you would think, right, for as awesome as they've been for as while. I know they have a lot of good and middle-class guys throughout the NFL too. But damn, D tackles and big receivers, they've cornered the market in that. But Dexter Lawrence, I mean, come on, he's one of the biggest people in the NFL. He's extremely athletic. He's great at stopping the run, and he ended the Viking seasons with a little pressure on 4th down on Kirk Cousins. I got to take him with my second pick.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Well,
no problem.
Between that and Kirk Cousins not throwing to Justin Jefferson, that's what ended the season. I'll go T. Higgins, guy who would be the number 1 wideout on any team except the Bengals and the Vikings. He's got to deal with Jamar Chase in Cincinnati, so he's not number 1, but he's damn close to it. And with Joe Burrow there, makes that offense unstoppable for as long as he's around with Jamar Chase. But we had him at the Super Bowl, great kid, great player, great ability to go get the football, hard to cover, hard to stop, and one of the best receivers in the NFL that doesn't get the credit he deserves because he's stuck behind Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he is. He's a phenomenal talent and can do it all. And like we saw in the playoffs and at the end of the year, he's one of those guys that even when you're covered, he's not covered. You can just throw it up to him.
All right, the best players currently in the NFL, not retired, currently in the NFL, who went to college at Clemson. We have 2 rounds in, 1 round to go. Chris, you're up.
Well, you know me, Mike. I like big butts, and I cannot lie, all right? So I'm going with Christian Wilkins, right? I mean, damn, look at this draft. I got Dexter Lawrence, Sexy Dexy, and Christian Wilkins. I got the 4 biggest butt cheeks in football on my draft right here. But Wilkins is awesome. Like Sexy Dexy, I mean, to me, is an all-pro caliber defensive tackle and can do it all, let alone he's got personality and, hustle and just a phenomenal interior defensive lineman in the NFL right now.
I'll go Travis Etienne. His first season was wiped out by an ACL tear, but we've seen just enough. Mm-hmm. He's on his way.
1,100 yards last year.
Jaguars team.
Yeah.
That is going to become a force. Get used to it. I know it's difficult to look at that uniform and think they're going to be good, but they're already there. They got to the final 8 this year, and maybe they go even farther in 2023.
Yeah, no, he's a player for sure, definitely. And no disrespect to Mike Williams, DeAndre Hopkins, right? A.J. Terrell, who had an injury last year, all guys that were in the running for me there out of Clemson.
Hunter Renfrow, too. That's right. On the board. That's it. Enjoy your
See you Monday.
Chris.
I'm out of here.
See you tomorrow. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.